Thank you. And thank you, Andy, to you, to the entire family here at TAPCO. We had a great time when we were here for the open house, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. But thanks to all the employees, both here and inside and all throughout here who make this possible today. Elected and appointed officials from state, from county, from municipal government, business and civic leaders, fellow citizens of Milwaukee County. It is an honor to be here today at TAPCO's headquarters in Brown Deer to talk about the state of Milwaukee County in 2010. TAPCO, which stands for Traffic and Parking Control Company, manufactures, distributes, and services innovations in safety, like the solar-powered and wirelessly activated blinker sign line of LED-enhanced traffic signs you see displayed right over here on my right. These are important signs, and in fact, I was telling the staff before, it's one of the signs last week when we had the nice snowstorm. It was one of the things that stuck out right in my mind as I was going by St. Jude's Parish on the way down to the courthouse. During these difficult economic times, TAPCO stands out as a shining success story for Milwaukee County and really for all of us in the state of Wisconsin. Roy Burkhout started TAPCO in the basement of his Wauwatosa home back in 1956. Over the years, this family-owned and operated business has outgrown 3 buildings, and today TAPCO has over 100 employees and enjoys worldwide sales. We were delighted, as I mentioned last January, when TAPCO announced that it had grown too big for its 57,000 square foot facility in Elm Grove and decided to occupy this 128,000 square foot facility right here in Milwaukee County. TAPCO's move made a significant and immediate economic impact on our county just when we needed it the most. TAPCO's early achievement can be attributed to the ingenuity and hard work of its founder. Today, that success is passed on from one generation to the next in both the Burkhouts and the Kugel families. The company's persistent investment in new technology and innovation throughout the years will lead to even brighter days in the future. We can learn a lot from TAPCO's success. As leaders here in Milwaukee County, we are entrusted by our fellow citizens to manage county resources and services. We owe it to our residents to constantly look for new ways to provide the highest quality service at the lowest possible cost to the taxpayers. That's what we've done for the past 7 years. You know, it hasn't been easy, but we've had our share of success. Since 2002, we've lowered our debt by some 10% and reduced the county workforce by over 20%. Last year, when the state and other local governments were facing massive budget shortfalls, Milwaukee County finished the year with a slight budget surplus. Now, Milwaukee County's bond rating had a negative outlook in 2002, but Standard & Poor's recently ranked county financial practices as strong, and Moody's attributed the improvement to our strong management and prudent budgetary efforts. And we were finally able to implement a pension obligation bond plan in 2009. Much like refinancing a home at a lower interest rate, our plan will save Milwaukee County taxpayers $237 million. We accomplished all of this while consistently proposing budgets with no increase in the property tax levy from the previous year. More importantly, we protected essential services and the community assets that enhance our quality of life. Over the past year, we worked with the sheriff and the district attorney to ensure that they have the resources needed to preserve public safety throughout Milwaukee County. Specifically, we directed the successful transition of all corrections facilities under the control of the sheriff, and we maintained support for a successful witness protection program in the DA's office. Since taking office, we eliminated the waiting list for long-term care for older adults through the family care program. And last year, we began enrolling people under the age of 60 with developmental and physical disabilities into family care. Despite a tight budget, we included $4.5 million to further expand family care for those individuals in 2010. In 2009, the Milwaukee County Parks Department won the prestigious National Gold Medal for Excellence as the best park system in the country. During the past year, we opened the David F. Schultz Aquatic Center, welcomed huge crowds at our beaches, developed new dogs parks, constructed a new open-air pavilion at the site of the old Coast Guard station, and added a new Music Under Glass performance series at the domes. When compared to its peers, the Milwaukee County Transit System consistently delivers more riders for less and has the lowest per-passenger cost and the highest ridership per capita. This year, we provide funding for 125 new green and clean buses to our system. Milwaukee County's wraparound program for emotionally disturbed youth was chosen as one of 6, that's right, 6 programs from over 700 applicants across the country to receive Harvard University's prestigious Innovation in American Government Award. The Annie E. Casey Foundation said Wraparound Milwaukee is leading the nation with a more effective response to treating emotionally disturbed youth. General Mitchell International Airport served nearly 8 million passengers in 2009. In November, Southwest Airlines kicked off service for Mitchell International, occupying 2 gates and adding 40 full-time employees. Then, Republic Airlines announced that it would move 800 jobs to Milwaukee. And just a couple weeks ago, AirTran Airlines announced plans to make Milwaukee a hub, adding as many as 50 pilots and 50 flight attendants, and increasing its level of operations at Mitchell. Our effective operation of the airport is a key reason for success of that growth. The cost per passenger at Mitchell is competitive with other airports our size, and continued investments in the airport make it attractive for growth as it continues to be one of the most convenient and cost-effective airports in the country. All the success is good news for our customers, too. Average fares at Mitchell are now lower than 75 other airports in the country. More passengers and more airlines mean better service and lower fares. Looking ahead, we must balance the importance of maintaining vital human services and investing in our future with the need to control the growth of government spending to reflect the taxpayer's ability to pay. In 2010, we'll launch a collaborative effort with Racine County to place youth in Alternative to Corrections Through Education, or the ACE program, rather than sending them to a state correctional facility. In addition to providing a shortened, secure placement with local control, this intergovernmental initiative anticipates nearly $200,000 in net savings during the first year. We will continue to streamline county government by contracting out for services, consolidating departments, and enhancing the use of technology. This year, our plan to have private contractors perform janitorial services at 3 county facilities will save taxpayers $2.6 million. And I am pleased that the County Board adopted many of the wage and benefit reforms I proposed for 2010. Each week, the County Board Chair, the Finance Chair, and I meet with our staffs to discuss the budget status. And we know, particularly from those meetings, we know that enactment of these reforms is key to a balanced budget. Now we are hopeful that the county employee union officials will recognize that and join us in those efforts. With 48% of the county budget going to fund wage and benefits for county employees, and the cost of benefits growing at an alarming rate, these reforms are needed to balance the escalating cost of public sector employee benefits with the taxpayer's ability to pay, and I might add, probably more importantly, to ensure that Milwaukee County remains solvent well into the future. Most importantly, we must work to strengthen our economy and make it easier for the employers in our county to maintain and create jobs. Our Milwaukee County Works program includes support for 100 projects that are estimated to provide more than 1,000 jobs. we helped jumpstart the local economy with a $208.4 million investment in projects that provide work for some of the companies hit hardest by this recession. At the same time, we saved taxpayers up to $3 million in interest payments through the lower rate Build America bonds. Once completed, our Milwaukee County Works plan will provide 3 times as many jobs as usual in 2010, lower our interest payments by nearly $3 million, and reduce our outstanding debt by 28% through 2012. If you remove the accelerated building program, our 2010 budget actually reduces spending by 4.9%. But the greatest savings from our 2010 budget are yet to come. I am proud to report that the 2010 final adopted budget includes over $50 million in structural expenditure reductions that will save more than $200 million over the next 4 years. This is money that goes right back to the taxpayers. We are making great strides towards ensuring Milwaukee County's fiscal sustainability. But I know we have more to do to preserve and enhance our valuable assets and to save taxpayer money at the same time. By restructuring the way we provide security services at the courthouse and the staffing of our county parks, we can maintain safety and save taxpayers millions of dollars each year while adding thousands of hours of labor within our park system. Private firms currently provide security at the federal courthouse downtown and at places like the Royce Federal Building. And many of the best park systems in the country contract for basic services like painting, mowing, and garbage removal. We can further reduce costs for our taxpayers and improve service by contracting out for security and basic park maintenance services here in Milwaukee County. Since 2002, we have invested over $199 million in renovations and improvements to General Mitchell International Airport, all without property tax levy. By 2012, our investments in airport improvements will exceed $340 million. Clearly, our investment has paid off for passengers and airlines alike, but we can do more. By bidding out airport operations, the county can actually turn a profit and use the revenue to buy down debt and help to provide a stable funding source for the transit system without relying on an increase in the sales or the property tax. This is an idea whose time has come. Cutting wasteful government spending and finding more efficient ways to deliver essential services has allowed us to introduce 8 consecutive budgets without raising the property tax levy from the previous year. But simply freezing taxes at the current level is not enough to help turn this economy around. Therefore, the 2011 budget that I will introduce this year will actually include a reduction. That's right, a reduction in the property tax levy for the next year. And once again, I call on Governor Doyle and the legislature to repeal the job-killing combined reporting tax that was signed into law earlier last year. Due to combined reporting, Harley-Davidson reported a charge of $22.5 million, which contributed to a 37% decline in profits. That profit loss forced Harley-Davidson to lay off hundreds of Wisconsin workers. It's no wonder that company officials looked at places like Kentucky to relocate its York, Pennsylvania site instead of right here in Wisconsin. For more than 106 years, Harley-Davidson's dedicated, hard-working employees have created quality motorcycles. Working together, we can help Harley create jobs for a new generation of workers. During my tenure, we have built a solid framework for a new way of governing, and our efforts have sparked a spirited and long overdue debate about the appropriate role and priorities of county government. It is a debate we welcome and encourage for all levels of government. While ideas for reform run the gamut from an increased reliance on outsourcing and public-private partnerships to the complete elimination of county government, let me make two things perfectly clear. First, the status quo is unacceptable. Second, no option with the potential to improve the delivery of services while saving taxpayer money will be taken off the table. Those in the private sector have to make dramatic adjustments to stay in business. We must do the same in government. We have great strengths in this county, a strong workforce, excellent employers, and wonderful resources. But we must do more to reduce the cost and burden of government on our people and our employers. TAPCO has grown over the past 54 years through the use of new technology and innovation. We must demand the same from our government. When we do, we will get a county government that works and one that we can afford. Each generation of the Burcoats and the Kugel families have helped chart the course for TAPCO's future success. Let our children say that we helped chart the course for a strong and vibrant Milwaukee County for years to come. Thank you, and God bless you for all being here.